You are our strength, Lord. We bless your name tonight.
Bless your name tonight.
Our rule is by the word, and our end.
Oh Lord, thank you, Lord. You deserve all the honor and the adoration. There is none like you. For you we live, and unto you we give all the blessings and honor and adoration. Be exalted, O Lord. Even as your spirit is so present in this car, I lift my heart and I humble myself. With all your kids, with all your children all over the world, we give you the honor. I cannot contain it, brethren. The presence of God is so much this afternoon. I have not forgotten my promise of sharing with you from time to time on the other side. Time has not been my friend lately, but God is still in control. And I just want to walk you through some of the things God has been telling me personally over the past 2 weeks. The past 2 weeks, He told me how He's going to lift His children to certain positions for the world to know that people can serve God diligently, like Abraham, like Moses, and still be on top of positions at wherever they find themselves, in the political realms, at the workplace, in the corporate world, everywhere. You see, we live in an era where people have to be connected to certain people. People have to join certain societies before they can ascend to certain positions. But as long as my Bible tells me that the princesses and the prince and those who really deserve to be at positions will walk while slaves will mount the horses. It is part of the other side. Because the Bible tells us that if we serve God diligently, if we follow Him, in Jeremiah, He says that I know my plans for you. Plans that will prosper you, plans that has an expected end. But here we are. It's because we go to church every day, every evening. In Africa, we are praying almost every minute, every hour, yet we are not prospering. It's not because God is a liar. It's because our ways are not according to His ways. It's because we only pretend to be His children. It's because we only go to church and fellowship with everybody, and we take the church as one of those groups that we can be in. But our lives are not the lives that God has instructed us to live. Today, as we were worshiping, God was telling me continuously that the streams of living water is passing by. The streams of living water is flowing. The streams of living water, the same water that Ezekiel saw, that I see from the throne room of God, from the north, from the east, from the south, from every part, it is flowing. God was telling me this afternoon, not long ago, that it is still flowing. That if my children will turn away from the world, if they will not turn their backs on me, this will be their portion. He says, I am lifting people. He says, I am snatching my children. That's what God was telling me this afternoon. That I am snatching my children from the world, so that I'll put them in positions for the world to know that those that I bless, I have blessed. I want to assure you this afternoon that God placed on my heart to share with His children everywhere in the world the other side of the blessings. And I want to assure you that even as we are entering into the second half of March, God is still telling me that this month of March is filled with his blessings. And he says that if we follow him diligently and if we walk according to his ways, every blessing that belongs to his children is coming our way. God is saying many people are afraid, so they can't take the move that he has instructed them to take. He says many people are doubtful. He says many people have forgotten that he is God. But the same God who knew you from the foundations of the earth, the same God who knew you when your mother and your father didn't know the kind of child you were going to be as a fetus, the same God who watched over you when you didn't even know him, is telling me to tell you this afternoon that he knows you. His blessings are for you. If you don't go to the other side, he will not leave you and he will not forsake you. If you don't go to the other side, he will be by your side. My heart is so heavy this afternoon, but I want to tell you, wherever you are, that there's blessings, there's joy in following the Lord. His favor is for his children. His grace is for his children. His anointing is for his children. And if we seek him diligently, even the birds of the sky, they do not plant, but he feeds them every day. He says we are the stars in the skies are more than the number of human beings on this 7 billion plus. But he knows he calls every sky by name. He says even the hairs on our head, he has numbered them. He calls each of us by name. He knows us. He has a purpose for us. He will bless us. The blessings are awaiting. All we have to do is to go back to him and say, Father, like the prodigal son, I have thrown away every fear, every doubt, every sin in my life. I'm done with it. I've come to you. Take me as you are. Take me as I am. And I want to tell you that from today, if you do that, you start experiencing his power and his presence. And for being on his side, every blessing that he has purposed for you. Oh, Job said that even the tree stump has a surety that it will come back, it will bounce back. Not you, the child of God. Nothing can hold you down. We will fall, but we will not fall fatally, because his hand is upon us. I can go on and on and on, but my story is simple. God is saying this afternoon that the other side, there are two sides. If you're on his side, blessings cannot escape you. If you're on the other side, you are on the devil's side, and nothing God has said about you will come to pass. This afternoon, I stand in the gap as a servant of the living God, who has humbled himself so much that I feel the presence of God around me, and I know what he's saying is true about his children. He has never failed and he will never fail. He is the I am that I am. I stand as a servant of the living God, and I see the springs of living water flowing. I see the blessings of God flowing like a river. If you have run to him, if you have rededicated to yourself to him, if today you are under the sound of my voice, you have never known him, and you open your heart and you will say, God, enough is enough, I have come to you. I see the rains falling, and it is for his children. Receive it this afternoon wherever you are. I see fire in the midst of the rain. God is lifting people. God is anointing people. God is consecrating people. Wherever you are, receive it. It is for you, child of God. His blessings are for you. Take it, walk in it, sleep in it. And even as the angel told Mary, the mother of Jesus, that from today, generations will call you blessed because you are on God's side. May his blessings be your portion. In Jesus' mighty name, I have prayed for you and with you. Shalom and love to you all. Amen.